Good morning and welcome everybody for this special session. It was just designed and meant for only you people, the practice exercises of this year. Okay, those of you who have attended Practice Excel. And in this session, I'm actually going to brief you about the entire year-long course called LifeXL that we have. It's actually, honestly speaking, it's not even a course actually. It is it's a journey, and I always say this in LifeXL that LifeXL is not a course to attend. It's a way of life you should start living once you become part of it, because there is so much that requires if we really want to have and lead a great life, not just live a great life but lead a great life. And many times we realize a lot of things only after like you you're 15, 20, 25 years into practice, and towards the middle age, and maybe then toward the sunset of your life. And and there are so many undone things which are left, so many untouched uh, you know um, activities to be done, so many enchanted territories to be explored. And that's how it ends actually. So one of the commonest problem with people who are on their deathbed is they never regret the things which they did and they failed or could not succeed at. They always regret the things which they could have done and didn't try, okay, or didn't give a chance to themselves. So this was very powerful sentence by Mark Twain. And as I went through my own life and journey, I realized that there is something which I need to do for myself in order to make sure that you live a great life. So, uh, and that's how it evolved. So the concept of Life Excel also evolved in the same way. I started conducting a 2-day course called Dent Excel on practice management in December 2012, like 11 years back. And interestingly, it so happened that my entire intention of starting Dent Excel was to help people to grow their practices. But I found something very, very interesting there, that not just about the practice, but it helped people to better their financials, better their relationships, better their physical, mental, emotional, social well-being. And during the next couple of years, I realized one thing, that you know we all need to work on ourselves rather than working on just your practice. Okay. And the more you work on yourself, the more you realize that as you work on yourself, your practice is just the reflection of you. Okay. And it's so true. It's so true. Like, I myself, over a period of last 23, 24 years as a practicing dentist, has evolved. And the entire evolution that I witnessed in myself was not just about the practice and the clinical skills, and but as a human being. And the better human being I became, the the more practice growth I saw. It's so simple. So somewhere around 2015, even a lot of participants started telling me to you know uh, teach us about uh, something other than practice as well. May it be financials, may it be personal life, may it be mindset, and all those stuff. And that is how the concept of LifeXL was born. We started the first LifeXL batch in 2017. So it has been like 7 years now. We'll be completing seventh LifeXL batch. And there was a time when LifeXL used to be one day a month, one Sunday every month. It was very, very hectic for me as well as for the participants to travel. And of course, there was no online at that time. So till 2019, in fact, till February 2020, LifeXL was offline only. And it was only after the world had pandemic COVID-19, we had no option at that time but to take LifeXL online. And in fact, that became the blessing in disguise for everybody, because there were so many people who wanted to attend LifeXL, but it was only because of the traveling, and it was not possible for them to travel offline every month. And then over the last 2-3 years, we have had participants from 7 countries in LifeXL. And you will be amazed to find the uh, you know the kind of results that LifeXL has produced. Not just about practice growth. So practice, though, I always say it's so easy to grow the practice, and you all now know, if you implement everything that you learn in these 4 days, you yourself cannot even stop to grow your practice. Okay. If you remember the PracticeXL showcase, when I conducted the preview webinar, I said this, that even if you try not to grow your practice, you will end up growing your practice in some or other way. Okay. But when it comes to LifeXL, the kind of results that we got were absolutely mind-boggling, astonishing. We have 32 participants in LifeXL community who were on antidepressants and are not having antidepressants now, not having those tablets. There were 4 who were thinking of committing suicide, but they are still alive, and not just surviving but thriving in their life and practice. There were 13 who were on the verge of divorce and happily married, have 1-2 kids now. So trust me, the kind of results that LifeXL has seen. And interestingly, it is like someone who some physician or a super specialist who treat HIV patients. So no matter, even if you have hundreds and thousands of success stories, you can't even have a testimonial for that. So there are so many magics that fortunately this wonderful year-long experience has created for so many participants. And I personally feel very blessed, very happy to be able to be the catalyst in creating these changes in people's lives, because it's so difficult otherwise to create changes in your own life, isn't it? And here God has given us the opportunity to make a difference in someone else's life. So that's why I actually want and appeal all of you to be part of LifeXL. Okay. And you will be again a year from now, and you will be blown away with what happens to you, okay, in every aspect of life. So let me just quickly share the screen and go ahead. First of all, as I always say, appreciate your presence, because it actually needs a lot of willingness to show up. Trust me. Even if you give ready-made success recipe formula to people, people just don't show up for themselves. People just don't show for their own life. As Robert Kiyosaki always says, people love to remain average. People love mediocrity. Poverty is a mindset. So people just don't show up. They're like, इससे क्या होगा? It's not going to work. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. मुझे तो सब पता है. I know everything. Okay. So appreciate you all, because you took your time out during the festival season on a weekday. Okay. And I'm sure all of you have to go to practice, including me. So let's quickly go ahead. As I always say, that you are part of that minority of group who keep on doing majority of the things in order to make a difference. In order to make a difference to you, your practice, your patients, your teams, your family, and the society we live in. Okay. And it all started in the same way with, for me, my story. It all started in that small town called Pachora in district Jalgaon in the state of Maharashtra. Born and brought up there. This is where I used to live till my 12th standard. A 2-room tin shed house, a joint family of 11 people. And okay, when I went back, when I did my graduation, I went back to my hometown, and we had, on left side the wall which you are seeing, like, we had only 2 rooms. Okay, we built, of course, it was a concrete construction, but and that's why, although our house has changed now completely, but in my town, but I have deliberately kept this one room. It keeps on inspiring me a lot, actually, all the time. If at all, which is actually very rare, but if at all I feel down, I feel demotivated, which is, trust me, like extremely rare, extremely rare. Like I don't even remember when I felt demotivated last. This inspires me. This picture inspires me to do something big. See, we all have huge potential within us. Why I show this in my presentations is just to remind you that we all have huge potential within us. A lot of people don't even tap themselves before they hang their goods. Okay, so I did my schooling from Bhosla Military School, Nasik. I was in a military school. I was a very good student. Apart from being academic topper in my school, I was the best firer in my school. Horse riding, swimming, firing, so a lot of things. I was a national handball player. When then during my BDS days, I played university cricket. So I really love to do a lot of things. But then after my graduation, I was one of the university toppers in Pune during my BDS. I was getting my MDS right from ortho to community dentistry, every field. But by choice, I went back to my small town, hometown, started Smile Dental Clinic in November 99. A typical small town single chair practice, 240 square feet. The ground floor, this is the photograph of the inauguration of my clinic. Ground floor is the medical shop of my brother, and the first floor was my clinic, Smile Dental Clinic. So it all started, and I have shared the journey. Those of you who are part of online community, I have already shared you the journey, how my practice started, how it clicked very fast within first 6 months, then how it got stagnated for the next 7 long years. Okay, and then how it came out, the soft skills versus domain skills, and everything changed, and then everything about PracticeXL. So I'm not going to talk about that part, but I'll tell you something very interesting that happened in my life. I don't know how many of you know about it. I started my practice in November 99. Okay, and for the first 8 9 years, the practice was wonderful. I was like doing 25, 30, 35 patients a day and saving a lot of money, and didn't know how to invest that money, how to grow that money. And it was because of the lack of knowledge about finances. I landed up putting that money in stock market. So putting money in stock market is not wrong, but putting money in stock market in the wrong way is wrong, without any knowledge, on only on the tips and all those things. And then came the 2008 stock market crash. I'm sure many of you know about the subprime crisis that hit the entire world, took the entire world economy into a deep recession, not just the United States, but entire world economy. And Sensex crashed from 21,000 to 15,000 in 8 days. And eventually Sensex went down to 7,500 in the same calendar year, 2008. And I don't know how many of you know about it. I lost every single penny I made in the first 9 years. Whatever money I earned in the first 9 years, every single rupee was lost in this 2008 stock market crash. I was completely bankrupt in Jan 2008. I still remember December 2007, 31st December 2007. And I was at Pondicherry for Junior Chamber International National Conference. And I witnessed the last sunset of 2007, the first sunrise of 2008, and made so many plans for the new year. Okay, was looking up to the new year. And 15 days, 14th of Jan, the stock market crash started, I think 12th or 14th of Jan. And, like someone who made wonderful plans on 1st of Jan and completely devastated on 22nd of Jan. Okay, I lost every single rupee, every saving of first 9 years. Not just that it was like, even after losing every single rupee, I was 2 lakh rupees minus. So the loss was so high. So I had to borrow that money from one of my friend who was Saukar in my town, okay, and repay that 2 lakh rupees. So it was really, really bad. And I'm sure all of us likes to grow the money, and I was no exception. So, by the way, if I want to ask you, how many of you want to grow your money? Type yes in the chat box. So, okay. So, I wanted to grow the money, and but then landed up doing all the wrong investments. Interestingly, only 4 5 of you wants to grow the money. That's cool. So others already have a lot of money, given some to Mukesh Ambani or something for the expansion of Reliance Industries. Right? So anyway, so all of us wants to grow the money, but the problem is nobody has taught us how to do that. You know, I still remember I lost everything in Jan 2008, and you know, I sat down. There was only one day, the day I booked all my losses in the stock market. I cried a lot. And then the next day morning, like I always have the attitude of like, whatever has happened, happened. That's fine. Okay, let's move ahead. Kind of. So the next day morning, I sat quietly. I just thought, why it happened. And more than those tips and tricks, okay, of those brokers, no wonder why they are called brokers. They're already broke actually all the time, and they make you break, right? So it was our greed. Okay, it was my greed. It was lack of financial knowledge, lack of financial literacy, that resulted in those losses. So I decided to take charge of myself. I decided to take charge of my money and, do something wonderful. I learned a lot of financials after that. From February 2008 till October 2008, I studied a lot of financials. I learned how to read a balance sheet. I learned what is P&L statement. I learned tally. I learned accounting. I learned, you know, why that mistake happened, how to select the good shares, and everything. I started reinvesting again in the stock market in October 2008. For the next, that 9 months, I didn't buy any share. Of course, I didn't have any money to buy any shares. But October 2008, I restarted my second life or second inning in stock market. And of course, in Jan 2008, I started my second inning in the clinic. Okay, because 9 years I was zero after at the end of 9 years. So I had to restart again. And honestly, that's why when I shifted to Pune in 2017, started clinic right from scratch once again, I was not as much tense as I was in 2008. You know why? Because I knew how to make it successful, even if you start from zero again. So it has been 3 times I have started my practice from scratch in my life in 24 years. So from Feb 2008 till October, I studied, everything about finance, which I could. I studied everything about stock market that I could, and then started reinvesting. I still remember the first share that I purchased was on, 8th of October. Sensex was 7,752 on that day. Okay. And then it was no looking back. From that day onwards, like 15 years, and whatever, if you see my clinic, it is because of the stock market only. So okay, I recovered all the losses, made a lot of money in stock market, and eventually I learned stock market trading properly, because whatever money I lost, that was all in the trading only. So believe it or not, I for the 3 consecutive years I doubled my money in stock market trading. It's so difficult to double your money every year, by the way. So if I stop everything, just focus on stock market, with all honesty, I'll end up making more money, okay, than whatever I do. But that's you can say my, you know uh, additional skill that I have learned and kept it aside. So don't want to do more meaningful apart from just making money, by adding more value to my colleagues, to you people, my friends, by creating something in dentistry which, Indian dentistry will remember for a long time. And but then when I was studying the financials, okay, I realized few very interesting things. I'll tell you. Okay, I realized this thing. that doctors are really bad money managers. Okay. How many of you agree to it? And I don't know if you know this. And interestingly, this is across the world. This is across the world. Doctors are few of the worst financial managers. Okay, worst money manager. On one side, we all work extremely hard to make that money, and on other side, yeah, Dipti, it's very very true. Let me tell you. That's why I called you Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, so but Sachin Tendulkar didn't fail as bad as I did. Okay, so across the world, doctors are few of the worst money managers, not just in India, and that was so surprising. And of course, I was no exception to it. Uh, okay, I was no exception to it because I made all the mistakes. There are so many financial mistakes which doctors make. Okay, and a few of them are like doctors have too many bank accounts. If you want, you can just type how many bank accounts you have in the chat box. I have seen our participants in LifeXL having like 30 bank accounts. Tell me one thing: what is the need and what's the use of having 30 bank accounts? It's so bad actually, because whatever money, even if you keep like 10,000, 20,000 in each bank account, your 5-10 lakh rupees are lying idle, doing nothing, not worth. Okay, doctors have lot of doctors have too many bank accounts, too many insurance policies. We had one. I'll tell you something very very interesting. We had one, very very good dentist, implantologist, very famous, our participant in LifeXL, who had 32 LIC policies. And when I told him you don't need 32 LIC policies, I told him just go back and see how much money is lying in those 32, LIC policies, where all you need is one term plan for the insurance. Okay. And when he calculated, you know what? He had some 38 lakh rupees. If he surrendered those policies, he could have got 38 lakh rupees. I asked him to surrender all the LIC policies and buy a CBCT machine in-house. His practice has tripled in the last 3 years. Imagine, already a good, famous implantologist, his practice has tripled in the last 3 years. So people just don't understand what are the level of financial mistakes we make. Imagine someone was like making 50, 60 lakh rupees a month, now a year, now earn 2 crore rupees, 2.5 crore rupees a year. Imagine the kind of money you can make with the dead money which you had in those bank account and LIC policies. Too many loans, because we get loans very quickly, one click loan and 10-second loan and all those things. We have personal loan, car loan, home loan, business loan, credit card loan, gold loan, whatnot. Ad hoc investments. I have seen our participants where we don't even, they didn't even know in which different mutual fund they had put their money. Can you believe it? Absolutely ad hoc investments and the real estate exposure. The real estate exposure. Too much of real estate exposure. Assuming that the real estate prices never comes down. And I'm sure we all have seen a very bad bear market for real estate for the last 8-10 years. Now it is, of course, in the bull phase once again. But, so on one side, doctors have too many of this. On other side, doctors have too less or no financial planning, tax planning, investment planning, and retirement planning. Okay. So a lot of people land up becoming a tax thief rather than planning the taxes. We don't have retirement planning, and many of us underestimate the cost of living in the retirement age. Okay. So, and of course, less stock market exposure. So, then there are common financial myths which a lot of doctors have, that, I don't need to learn financial planning because I don't have enough money. I'll tell you something very, very interesting. Okay. It is not when you have enough money, you should learn financial planning. It is only after you learn financial planning, you will understand, okay, how to have enough money. Because it is not about money at all. It is about learning. It's about knowledge. It's about literacy. Financial literacy has nothing to do with money. It's the discipline. It is the planning stage. It's the system that you create with your own money. So never have this kind of myth that I don't have enough money, because it's never about money. It's about learning. A lot of people don't do financial planning because they think they have too much of money. And let me tell you something. No matter how much money you have, inflation is going to take away a lot of money from you. Okay? Inflation is going to take away a lot of money from you. And people just, ठीक है, महंगाई तो बढ़ती रहती है. They forget to understand the importance, the impact it creates on your assets, how it erodes your asset. And number three is a lot of doctors are like, I don't have time. See, it's your hard-earned money. If making money is important, trust me, growing your money, investing your money properly is even more important. You need to take charge of your money and make it big. Very, very important. Okay. So don't have this kind of myths that I don't have enough and all. And let me tell you something. So a professional's life cycle is, this is how normally a professional's life cycle. You have a startup phase, then you have the peak earning phase, and then you have the cooling off phase. If you don't set the right foundation for the practice as well as financially in the startup phase, you will not be able to invest properly in the peak earning phase. If you don't do it right in the peak earning phase, you will have to work till the last breath of your life. Okay. You will have to work till the last breath of your life. And that's why it is so important to, understand about financials. And when it comes to financial goal, this is one of the very simple and extremely powerful slide. If you understand this, your financial life will be completely different. Okay. Whatever financial goals you want to achieve, earlier you start, the easier it is. The late you start, the more difficult it becomes because the slope becomes very steep. So, when it comes to your financial goal setting, your investment planning, your retirement planning, okay, wealth creation, you should start as early as possible. Okay. You should start as early. And that's why you need, you know, that's why you need LifeXL actually. That's why you need LifeXL, right? So because it's your hard-earned money. And then when it comes to family excel, all of us want to spend more time with family. Okay. But the biggest problem is we don't have time. And you know why? One of the very interesting drawback of being professional is if you do not click, there is a problem. The worst problem is if you click. Because with success, you becomes more busy. Success for for professionals always comes at the cost of time. Your personal time and your family time. Success for professionals always comes at the cost of your time and at the cost of yourself, your health. And the work-life balance gets completely disrupted. And that's why doctors are few of the most stressed people in the society. I don't know if you know this. The average lifespan of a doctor is 5 years less than the average lifespan of a citizen. Interesting, isn't it? Someone who is telling the world, teaching the world how to have a better life, how to live healthy and longer, lives 5 year less because of the stress that we carry. So it's very important that, like if you have seen these newspapers, like 50% of doctors are at the risk of cardiovascular disease. Instead of living their profession, people are living their profession because of so much of stress. And even after that, people are thankless about medical profession. Okay. वो हार्डवेयर वाला, वो होटल वाला, वो कोई नहीं लूटता है, केवल डॉक्टर से लूटता है दुनिया को. Okay. So people are so thankless, and we are at a crossroad where instead of working really sincerely for years, we still don't know what exactly to do. Okay. And therefore, friends, the real breakthrough, if you really want to achieve, is it's time to upgrade. As I always say this, okay, gone are those days when there was a crow and once he was thirsty. Okay. It's very important that you keep on upgrading yourself all the time. As Robin Sharma also says, in order to double your income and success, Triple your investment in personal development and professional mastery. What is personal development? Is your soft skill. What is professional mastery? Is your domain skill, clinical skill. Okay. Now you already have done PracticeXL. You need to really work on things which, okay, not just about profession, but about a holistic approach towards your life. Okay. And as Alvin Toffler says, that learning and upgradation is a constant process. Remember, if you really want to succeed a lot professionally, okay, in your profession, you need to balance these four pillars. Now imagine a room which is, resting, the slab resting on the four columns, and imagine the four columns are not of equal size. How will the room be? Okay, it will be imbalanced. And that's why the same principle applies to our life as well. There are four pillars of life. If they are well balanced, well maintained, if they are uniform, almost same, you live a great life. So which are those four pillars? The four pillars of life is you, yourself, your personal self, then your profession, your professional self, then your finances, and then your relationships, family, and your social relationships. These are the four pillars of life. No matter who you are, what is your age, your focus should be constantly on ensuring that all these four pillars of life are almost equal. If they are absolutely equal, great, nothing like it. Okay. But our ultimate aim should be to ensure that these four pillars are almost equal. Okay. And one of the best way to ensure that these four pillars are equal is becoming part of this wonderful year-long journey called LifeXL. I already told you, LifeXL is not a course to attend. It's a way of life. It's a journey that you should start living and leading once you start attending and unfolding lot of things for yourself and your finances, your relationships for that. Because in LifeXL, there are four different modules: Personal Excel, Wealth Excel, Practice Excel, and Family Excel. You all have already attended PracticeXL. Okay. So let me just quickly go ahead and tell you about every other Excel. So Personal Excel is a 3-day program. Okay. Personal Excel is always a 3-day program. It is 1 day a month, in the month of Jan, February, and March. One Sunday. Normally the last Sunday. Okay. Normally the last Sunday of Jan, Feb, and March. Okay. So that is Personal Excel. Now, let me also, give you the information about what exactly, okay, we cover in Personal Excel. I'll just share the mind map with you. So, okay, when it comes to Personal Excel, in Personal Excel, I work on your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and at your cellular level. So what are the things that helps you to become better version of yourself at the conscious level? Yeah, see, whatever questions you have, you can always ask. Yes, and Dr. Nilesh, it is going to be online, and day 3, okay, will be offline as well. Okay, and yes, we will keep it hybrid only because we took that poll on that day, and around like 50% people said that it should be hybrid. So let's keep it online as well as offline. But Jan and Feb will be online only. Okay, so Jan and Feb will be online. Day 3 in Pune, yes. So day 3 in Pune. Okay. Because see, I'll tell you, I try to do it in other cities like Mumbai, but the problem is the cost goes very high. Okay. In Pune, I have my contacts, so I can control the cost. But the virtual charges are very high in other cities, actually. That's what I see. Okay. So if you want to become a better version of yourself consciously, this is what you need to work on: taking charge of yourself. Now there is a very specific way of how you take charge of yourself, and we cover all these things in Personal Excel. Taking charge of yourself, doing your SWOT analysis under my guidance properly, how to define priorities properly, how to do goal setting in a different way, managing time, and positive attitude. Okay. So Looking forward to offline? What is that? A lot of energy. Yeah, of course, no doubt about that. Okay, so this is what helps you to become a better version of yourself at the conscious level. At subconscious level, I work on your mental blueprint. Okay, what do you mean by that? See, we all have few very fixed belief systems. It's like you have very strong and fixed beliefs, opinions about, like, this guy is like that only. So if I eat ice cream, I fall sick. Okay. So there was one participant in LifeXL, and he was like, "Sir, if I drink milk, I immediately start vomiting." I said, "What's the logic? Are you allergic to milk?" He said, "No." I said, "Then, no, no, right from childhood, this is how it is." And interestingly, of course, it was in the offline days. So I made him, drink a glass of milk during the first tea break. I said, "Don't worry. Even if you vomit, what will happen? You yourself are a doctor. Everybody else here is a doctor. So एक बार साला उल्टी करेगा ना, और क्या करेगा, तो कर." And guess what? He drank 4 glasses of milk throughout the day, in that day of personal Excel. Never vomited. Went back to home next day morning and had a glass of milk in front of his parents, who were like, "Hey, don't drink," kind of scenario. And nothing happened. Another participant, "So I'm so scared of water. Even if I just walk next to the swimming pool, I faint." And she's a very good swimmer now. Okay, so there are so many stories that LifeXL has created. And let me tell you something, when you break those barriers, the feeling that comes to you is like, if I can do this, I can do anything in life. And that's how you become the best version of yourself eventually. It's so powerful. So identifying those mental patterns, breaking those mental barriers, shaking and redefining your belief system, rewiring your subconscious mind, working on your self belief, working on very good habit formations, creating your wish list, and the principle of creative visualization. This looks a very simple list here. It is so powerful when we elaborate on it and when you start practicing this. Okay, in every month, LifeXL, Personal Excel, we give a task, a new habit formation, a new skill to be learned, a new book to be read. All these things rewire your subconscious mind, and you become not a better version of yourself, but a different version of you. Okay. And Personal Excel also works on your cellular level as well. How to use law of attraction to achieve anything and everything you want, how being grateful helps, how to practice being grateful, discovering yourself, discovering your self-image, power of affirmations, and how to manifest anything and everything you want in life. Can you believe it? How to manifest everything and anything you want in life. So it's a very, very powerful 3 days. And as I told you, you don't become the better version of yourself. You become a different version of yourself. Okay. So don't worry, Sagar, it will happen. And okay, in Personal Excel, you will learn that and you will find it out. Okay. So it's a very powerful mm, uh, learning when it comes to Personal Excel. And just want to show you one small testimonial about Personal Excel.
I would like to emphasize again, which I also told in Wealth Excel, that the sequence in which this whole Life Excel course has been placed, like Personal Excel being the first, that is something which is really, really important. And that was the least I actually looked forward to when I had seen the courses. And I had always thought the Wealth Excel is the most important, which I'll gain the maximum from. But today, when I look back, I think if it was not for Personal Excel, I wouldn't have been anywhere after the pandemic. So thank you so much for that.
Okay, so Dr. Ranjani is not a doctor. Like she's an architect actually, who had attended LifeXL. There are so many non-doctors also who were part of LifeXL. in the past, and there are still few actually. There are a couple of people who are part of LifeXL who are not doctors even now. Okay, this year also. And then the course fees of personal Excel, like Practice Excel, is 34,000 plus GST. Okay. And moving ahead, Wealth Excel. Now, Wealth Excel is a 4-day program, 2 weekends in the month of May and June. Now, 2023 is gone, so 2024. Okay. So, one Saturday, Sunday in May, one Saturday, Sunday in June. Just like Practice Excel, one will be online, one will be offline, plus online, whatever. Okay. So let me just go ahead and blow your mind with what all we talk in Wealth Excel. Okay. So very importantly, psychology of money. Again, just like you have belief system about, yourself, your life, you also have belief systems about money. Like, for example, you always have to work hard in life. Money never comes easily. है ना? Money is a bad thing. पैसे वाले लोग खराब होते हैं. पैसा पेड़ पे नहीं उगता. And I'm sure you have heard all this from your parents, from your near and dear people. And that becomes your mindset. That becomes your mental pattern. And that becomes your block. Now think about it. When you yourself say that you have to work hard to make money. Imagine this mindset. Huh? You have to work hard to make money. What does it mean? It means throughout the life, you will land up working hard for money, because that is what you have engineered yourself for. पैसा कमाने के लिए बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. So even after you became dentist or doctor, you land up doing hard work only because you never said in your life that I will work smart and make money. Money comes easily to me. You never said sentences like this. Or money is a good thing. I'm sure all of you will agree. If agree, type agree in the chat box. That, this is what we were taught in the childhood. पैसा पेड़ पे नहीं उगता. हमें हमेशा मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. पैसे वाले लोग अच्छे नहीं होते. And so on and so on. So the problem is, our feelings about money are not good. Think about it. Now look at that. It's like you want a lot of money and your feelings about money are not good. It's like you have chosen a life partner. You want to live with that person for the entire life, and your feelings about him or her are not good. How will that work? Are you getting my point? So you need to work first on the psychology of money, your psychology about money. You need to work about your relationship about money. So we need to identify those mental blocks and then break those barriers so that you can start making money easily. All of us have a money personality. You will identify your money personality in Wealth Excel. You will also identify how much risk averse person you are. That means आप कितना risk ले सकते हो, कितना risk नहीं ले सकते हो. Now, if you understand it, you will understand कि as per your risk profile, where should you invest and where you should never invest. If you're a high risk person, you should never invest in FD. If you're a low risk person, you should never invest in stock market. And it's a complete wonderful flow that I'll share with you. Okay. You will first identify your risk profile and then we will work on that. Then you will learn a lot about the basics of financials. What are different financial mistakes we make? What do we mean by asset? Short-term asset, long-term asset, short-term liabilities, long-term liabilities, details about professional's life cycle, how to do financial planning, what is financial pyramid, what are different financial traps, what are good loans which you should take, what are bad loans which you should avoid, and what are the important ratios in your balance sheet financially which you should take care of. Extremely, extremely powerful learning. Not just that, how to secure yourself financially, how much cash you should have, what are different type of insurances you should have, how much insurances you should have, how to pay your loans faster even if your income remains same. Can you believe this? Then how to do retirement planning, how to do financial goal setting, what are different financial enemies, what do you mean by CIBIL score, what are the cardinal rules of money, and what is the importance of making will. You will understand all those things which will give you financial security, a strong foundation, so that you eventually invest better and start creating the wealth. Look at the topics only. Okay, what is the secret of, what are the secret or stages of wealth creation? What are different types of income? FDs. Okay, which money you should keep it in FD? What are different PPA, bond, post office schemes? Then mutual funds, then stock market investing, trading, then investing in commodities, investing in real estate, money management, wealth management, how to inculcate financial discipline in yourself, investment cycle, how to understand when the stock market cycle is going up, when the real estate cycle is going to go up, and so on. What are the secrets of wealth creation? What are the very important cardinal rules of investing? What are golden rules of money? And what is the ultimate money making secret? How many of you think this is mind blowing? Type MB in the chat box. And you all will learn this in just 4 days in a very, very simplistic manner. Absolutely simplistic manner. Okay. So you will be blown away with the kind of content we have for the Wealth Excel. Okay. And again, the course fees for Wealth Excel is 34,000 plus GST. As of now, it might increase the next year. Then Practice Excel, you have already attended, so I'm not going to talk about it. And then Family Excel. So Family Excel is a 2-day module, 1 weekend in November. So the dates are like third weekend of November. Okay. Third weekend of November is, I think, 18th, 19th November or something. And it is online. Yeah. It is on 18th and 19th of November, and it is online. Okay. So I'll just share what you are going to learn in Family Excel. Okay. So you saw about personal Excel, you saw about Wealth Excel, you all know about okay, Practice Excel, the vision, mission, SWOT, the branding, online marketing, offline marketing, all the soft skills, the art, and the icing on the cake. We covered a lot of things in Practice Excel. So coming to the Family Excel, okay, we talk about relation with yourself. We also talk about the basic etiquettes: grooming etiquette, personal etiquette, business etiquette, and dining etiquette. Interestingly, see, we all are professionals, but nobody has taught us how to do a professional handshake. Okay. We go to different 4-star, 5-star hotels for different conferences, different courses. We don't know how to eat. So we really need to learn the grooming etiquette. We need to learn the personal etiquette. We need to learn the business etiquette, as well as the table manners and dining etiquette. It's a priceless learning. This should be taught to professionals even before they go out of the college. But unfortunately, nobody teaches all this. So we are going to cover about all the etiquettes. Not just that, we will talk about stress management. Then we will talk about mindfulness. Then we'll also talk about how to be happy. And most importantly, how to be human all the time. Then we have a good session on how to have good relations with your parents. Because I'll tell you what, it is so important to maintain very good relations with your parents. No matter what you feel about them, no matter whether there is a generation gap, whether you feel them outdated, you feel they are like old school, whatever. But see, our entire mindset development comes from them. So if you don't maintain good relations with your parents, trust me, it becomes a hurdle in your growth. Okay. So there is a lot that happens, and we need to understand that. Then there is a very, very interesting, very powerful session on husband-wife relationship, extremely powerful session on effective parenting, and how to lead your life in the future. What is the wheel of life, importance of upgrading yourself, and how you should live your life by burning the boats. So very, very powerful Family Excel coming up, okay, in the month of November. And I don't want you to, pay the double fees for Family Excel, but I want all of you to attend Family Excel with your spouse. Okay, it's a free gift from me to your spouse. Okay, so once you become part of LifeXL, you will naturally attend Family Excel, but I want you to sit online with your spouse for Family Excel. Okay, so it's so powerful. So it is, and Yeah, just a wonderful thought up by Dr. Sampada here.
Very quick. So when I joined, firstly, I had no agenda in mind, like practice grow karna hai, paise kamane hai. I was just going through something, and I knew I needed to change something. So they say, no, what is meant for you will find you. I feel like Life Excel has found me, and I don't know, it's like I have found you at the right time, at the right place. So there has been a lot of changes. I've already told you what those changes are. But one thing that I have to tell you, sir, is that anytime anybody would ask me, my friends, what is the course about? So I would tell them, now we are learning about law of attraction. Then after some time, I would tell them we are learning about finance. Then I would tell them I'm learning about family. So they will, itna sara ek course mein tum saath mein kaise seekh rahe ho, So you have covered so many things, so much of value you've added to our lives, and that too with so much of warmth, sir. So really, really, thanks a lot. Thank you for changing our lives, our family lives. And like he said, also, we are not going to leave you. We're going to keep coming back every year and trouble you.
Okay, so this is how the LifeXL journey, makes a difference for a lot of people. So Family XL is also 34,000 plus GST. But so the entire LifeXL course fees is 1,36,000 plus GST as of today. And let me tell you something very, very interesting. It doesn't stop here. Okay, we have 10 monthly masterminds. You all have attended one mastermind, right? After the August module. So there is another mastermind that will come up. Okay, we have 10 masterminds, and you will get all these masterminds. You will be able to attend all these masterminds. There are masterminds on Personal Excel, masterminds on Wealth Excel, mastermind on Family Excel. And so including the mastermind, the course fees is 1,56,000 plus GST. And it doesn't stop here. Apart from monthly mastermind, the beauty of LifeXL is once a LifeXLite, always a LifeXLite. You can attend LifeXL again and again, just like now you can attend PracticeXL next year once again if you want, free of cost. Okay, there's a lifetime membership. There is a coaching hierarchy. I don't know if you know this. We have a concept of team. We have a concept of buddy. We have a concept of team leader. We have a concept of super leader. And it's such a wonderful people to help you. Then we also have offline meets, online meets of all the teams, different teams. There is a different team for Delhi and North India, different team of Gujarat, different team of South India, different team of Eastern India and Northeast, different teams in Mumbai, different team in Maharashtra. We have team leaders to guide the participants. We have super leaders to guide the teams and team leaders. So online meeting hota rehta hai, offline meetings hota rehta hai. It's such a powerful system that has been created. We also have guest speakers. Okay, just like we had a guest speaker on medical legal aspects. And you have a professional handbook. You had given a handbook in PracticeXL. Similarly, we have a separate handbook for Family Excel, Personal Excel, and Wealth Excel as well. All this is absolutely free, okay, in the LifeXL course fees. Now, interestingly, the LifeXL course fees, as I said, we always work on the hybrid model after pandemic. So it's going to be online as well as offline. So the Family Excel will be online only. Okay, you don't have to travel anywhere. Just sit in front of the Zoom, take out these 2 days, sit with your spouse, and enjoy this mind-blowing experience. And then start your new year with the Personal Excel. Right? It's going to be online as well as offline. The course fees is 1,56,000 plus GST. But if you jump in, okay, and I'm going to give you the time maximum till Sunday, okay, your course fees will be 89,000 plus GST. Okay. Now, interestingly, you have already attended PracticeXL. Okay. So we are going to deduct that fees if you jump in till Sunday. We are going to deduct. So you just have to pay only 55,000 for Family Excel, Personal Excel, and Wealth Excel all together. Can you believe this? You just have to pay only 55,000, including all three Excels. Okay, because we are going to adjust this 34,000, which you have already paid for PracticeXL. Okay, and that too, yes, yeah, virtual charges for the offline sessions will be extra whenever the offline happens and you come. And that too, you don't have to pay everything together. You just have to pay 10,000 plus GST now, okay, today, or maximum by Sunday. And then 15,000 each plus GST on 15th October, 15th November, 15th December. That's it. So very cool payment structure, right? So that it becomes easy for you to pay. And I want all of you to become part of LifeXL. Trust me, friends. Let me tell you something. Nobody in this world, and I'm repeating it again, nobody in this world will teach you all this at this price. Okay. Imagine the entire course curriculum of LifeXL now. Look at this mind map. Okay. Nobody in this world can and will teach you all this in just 89,000 rupees. Okay. And that too with such simplicity, which is very easy to implement, easy to accept. And you have a system where you have a buddy, you have a team leader, you have super leaders, you have online meets, you have offline meets, you have WhatsApp groups, you have monthly masterminds. Think about it. Where else but here? Okay, because I always believe in adding massive value. I always say this, right? You should add massive value in your practice as well. And I practice and follow the same principle in our community as well. There's a very powerful sentence that keeps on inspiring me all the time from Robin Sharma. And he says, do not leave the same year 75 times and call it a life. Every single time I read this, I say this, I get goosebumps actually. Extremely powerful, isn't it? See, you live only once. It's important that you live right. So that once is enough. Do not live the same year 75 times and call it a life. If God has given us an opportunity, make it big. Make it really, really big. Balance those 4 pillars. Live the life of abundance. Let me tell you, one of the biggest problem with a lot of people is, they think that, a lot of people, Nilesh, of course, I'm going to put the payment details in our WhatsApp group also. Don't worry. Okay. So you can just take a screenshot. And okay, one of the biggest problem with a lot of people is they think that, you can either have success or happiness. You can either have money or mental peace. You can either have a lot of patience or time. And let me tell you, that's not the truth. Life is never or life. Either have this or have this. No. Life is never or life. Remember, life is and life. You can have money and happiness. You can have patience, but still you can have time for yourself. You can have wonderful physical health and wonderful mental health, as well as wonderful financial health and wonderful professional health, wonderful family health, as well as wonderful social health. So life is not or life. It's always and life. Okay. It's purely up to you. Okay. That you need to do this. Nitish says, I didn't realize till now that one should have mentor. Yes. I'll tell you what, I have 4 or 5 mentors in life. And interestingly, my mentors also have mentors. Okay. Yes. Our life is directionless without mentor, because your mentor is someone who keeps you on track all the time. And that's why I have given the access to LifeXL for life. Because I know that you just cannot attend a course, go back and do it on your own. You just need that little push. See, you know everything. The point is, you just need someone to tell you sometimes, boss, you're doing it right. Aap sahi kar rahe ho, chalne do. Sometimes this is where you need to change. Okay, that one change. I don't know how many of you know that story of Rahul Dravid and John Wright when John Wright was our coach. Okay, I'll just quickly say this. Rahul Dravid was, he thrice in test innings. He got out by inside edge, ball going to the stump, bold. And he was like, yeah, I'm playing for years, but why all of a sudden this is happening? And John Wright told him that, the way you're holding the bat is responsible for your inside edge getting out. He just changed his angle of holding the bat by 5 degrees. The next inning, Rahul Dravid hit double century. And this is a true story. 5-degree difference. Just in holding a bat can change your results. This is what your mentor do for you. And that's why we all need mentors in our life. Okay. Dipti says, can you update about DentExcel? Yes, DentExcel is the software. Okay. Dipti, just wait for a couple of months. I'm, planning to add few more very, very good things in DentExcel software. It's already in the process. And once it is done, I'll give it to you all. Right. So here is the payment link, guys, in the chat. I'm sure you can see the payment link. If you, I genuinely want all of you to become part of LifeXL. Trust me, every money you spend with me will be worth hundreds and thousands of times. Okay. So you, after PracticeXL, you already know it. Okay. And as I said, with LifeXL, so you have so much that, where else you will get this kind of support? Yeah. I'll share it in the WhatsApp as well. Don't worry. So where else you will get this kind of support where, you have your buddy, you have your team, you have your leaders, you have your super leaders, you have your online meets, you have your offline meets, you have your monthly mastermind, you have the WhatsApp group. You will never get it anywhere. Okay. So here is the link. I'll share this payment structure as well as the link in the WhatsApp group as well. What I'll do is, once this recording is buffered, okay, I'll upload it as an unlisted video on YouTube, and I'll share. Just a minute. Someone is on unmute. Okay. Okay, I'll share it in the WhatsApp along with the payment link, or maybe yes, I'll share this one only because I have another one as well. But I'll share this recording itself. Okay, so so guys, with this, thank you so much for showing up for this particular session. Appreciate your presence, appreciate your time, and hoping to see all of you in this wonderful year-long journey called LifeXL. See you soon again. Thank you.